YouTube, what's going on? This is Jones with C.T.S.O. Cut that shit out. Yo, I just put up a video yesterday. Excuse me, I yawned like 3 times during the video. I didn't have as much energy. So I'm gonna go to bed a little earlier. But before I do, today you guys had to have heard about the truck that ran into the Amtrak, full of, it had Paul Ryan on it and other Republican officials. Folks, that was not an accident. Um, I don't. I'm gonna say this before more information even comes out, because as things happen, such as DuPont, Washington DuPont, that train derailment. Oh, the driver was going too fast. Listen, the driver was experienced and he'd already been running that track, and it's a train, man. It's a train. Listen, I think there were things on there, plenty of things on there. When I say plenty of things on there, on that note, that look, nothing right now is a coincidence, because right now we are in a civil war, and there was someone of interest on that train. All right. Oh, it just so happens that there's someone. You know how many trains that there are, and it just so happens there's someone of interest. And if you guys aren't aware of all the planes that have been turned around between the Washington, all right, let's start it out by what was that? Georgia, the airport, the Georgia airport, the shutdown, right? They were shut down for, what was it, like, was it 11 hours of darkness, right? No electricity. There's a lot of things going on, and they can't tell you why. No one's giving you exact answers. So for that airport shutdown in Georgia, they said they think it was a fire. Do you know how big a fire would have to be to shut down an airport, or an airport? And do you know how many different generators they've got? Was there 37 different fires? Because I guarantee there's 37 different generators working all sorts of different appliances. And by appliances, I'm talking about conveyor belts, lights, emergency exit equipment type things. You're going to have multiples, because one item can't run all that. It can't. Even, and that would be dumb anyway. You wouldn't put it in a series circuit, you put it in a parallel circuit. But I can go, let me not go too deep. Look, so all these things are happening, but yet, mind you, yo, there's cameras everywhere. There are cameras everywhere. You're always being watched. I noticed at my Walmart today, there are these blue lights in the parking lot. There are these towers with blue lights on top of them. It's very obvious, and they're very bright. I walked up to them and I saw there was like 4 cameras on each one of them, or 3. There's multiple cameras at the very top. You were always being surveillanced, and they're continuously pushing to surveil more and more and more. But yet they can't tell us what happens in Las Vegas. It took them a long time to really. I don't believe what they said in Washington State. I'm no authority on the train derailment, and anything that's happening, nobody can tell you nothing. It's freaking weird. It's too much. So, but they're constantly surveilling you. And what I like to tell you is, with these surveillances, really what they're doing is blackmailing the hell out of people. They're blackmailing people. You listen. You're not going to lose text messages. They lost, they lost, FBI lost text messages, and no. They're not going to be losing text messages, and it's the internet. It's always somewhere. It's on someone's server, right? It's the internet. Nothing leaves the internet. But you need to know that whatever it is, we haven't heard nothing yet. Whatever it is on that trash truck that ran into the Amtrak train, full of those Republicans who are heading to West Virginia, that was not an accident. There's no way that was an accident. And there's always going to be mysteries with all these things going on. Though, there's phones everywhere. They know who's who. They know where everyone really is. They track you. What is that software called? Odin's is it Odin's Eye, that software that tracks you? They go onto their software and they click on whoever you are. They put in your credentials, and then they'll see you walking down the streets. Different cameras will focus on you, including your own cameras. Whatever's in the vicinity will focus on you. But I could be wrong. I haven't done my research on that. But I got so much in my head, it doesn't hurt for me to say it. I'm right most of the time. Not to my own horn, but yeah, I'm pretty. pretty all right. So look, that was not an accident, and I can't even believe I can't. I mean, I would have thought that. I mean, it looked the accident didn't look as bad as I would have thought it would have been. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. That no, that was not an accident. There's no way that was an accident. I want to be one of the first to say that, as well as what was that called? The Union Address. I've only heard everyone mention it over and over again. So that address that Trump had, if any of you guys have watched it, the Democrats, and I hate putting people in a category, but right now they have to be in a category until we free ourselves from this mess. But the Democrats, as he was saying some really his words were perfect. Unity was perfect. He had the words for unity. He wanted both parties, this bipartisanship, to come together. Look, they weren't having it. When everyone else was clapping and standing up, they were sitting there. Some were sitting there mean mugging. Others wouldn't stand up. And it was very disrespectful. And I felt like it was disrespectful to me because you see all these officials up there. Y'all are making all this money. You got these $1 million. Y'all got all these mansions and whatnot. But you can't assist us in coming together, coming to the table with an idea, and then us working on it, because that's really what we're trying to was what we would like to make happen right now is for everybody to come to a deal, right? Come to a deal over dinner, whatever, and let's figure this out. But everyone's bucking so hard, and they're bucking against the dumbest things. Lowering taxes. You're gonna buck against that. I just don't understand. Listen, I mean, I can go even further, but I think I'd just be going down other avenues. Listen, these people are clearly not trying to help us out. And this is the only time we, I, have ever seen the government start to turn around. It's rough around the edges, but it is starting to turn around. But these people aren't having it. So as everybody was clapping, listen, it was, you should watch it for yourself if you didn't. It was a good speech. It was a good speech. Unity, bringing everybody together. And then like it shows, on the news, it shows pictures of, not pictures, but videos of them just sitting there and not moving at all. Listen, man, that goes to show you that these people are not for us. They're just for themselves, pushing whatever agenda that they're pushing. We got to get it going. Listen, the door is cracked open. We got to kick it down and get the government back. The government works for the people. Like I've said in that other video I just did before this one, the government works for the people. End of story. Also, Trey Gowdy, right? Listen, Trey Gowdy, is it possible? Because Trey Gowdy today mentioned that he will not be going up for re-election, right? Or what have you, whatever you call it. I don't really follow that portion of it very well. I just know that dude goes hard. You do not want to be in front of that guy. He obtains information really well, and he's like he's got photographic memory. But listen, what if he's saying that so that he can then turn around and prosecute these fucking people? Can you imagine that? If you're getting prosecuted by Trey Gowdy, dude, you're done. You're done. So imagine that. So just keep that and keep that on the hush, because I don't need everybody, I don't need everybody to know that. Just y'all. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sure 100% of how that works, but you know what? If it works like that, it's gonna work like that. So right now I'm not really saying everything's great. We have to pay attention, and we need to put the pressure on the government right now. We need to start seeing people go to jail, all right? Anthony Weiner and little small pawns like that. First of all, that fool should have gone to maximum prison. He hadn't even been around anybody. He was just sending photos and whatnot. But he hadn't even been in the same room with any of those people. And they gave him the maximum. Right now, things are really weird, unconstitutional, seesawing the wrong way. It's just odd. Like legitimate justice needs to happen, not this weird shit. Listen, so keep your eyes on what's going on. These officials are not perfect, But you gotta pressure them. Yo, somebody needs to go to jail. Hillary needs to go to jail. Period. There's just so there's God, there's so much on her. And how many people have died? They got a lot of bodies on their behalf, okay? And this memo is the thing that's gonna listen, because of the memo, these people are going to retaliate. Be aware of your surroundings. Just like today when that truck went and hit the train. I know that sounds weird. How could someone do this? Blah, blah, blah. Listen, you have no clue what power the government has to make people do something or to make something seem like people did something. But there's going to be a lot of false flags, guaranteed. And false flags are these things to push a narrative. When something happens falsely to push a narrative, it doesn't happen organically and just happen. No, no. These people plant the seed to make it happen. You're going to see more of it, so pay attention to your surroundings. Like if I were on a train and there was a government official, I'd get the fuck off the train. Hey man, my bad. But hey, you know, man, you hot right now, man. I can't be in the same spot you are. All right, you go ahead with that. But that's hey, I wanted to talk about that. Excuse my video before this one didn't have as much energy, but I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm back on it. But thank you very much. I hope I covered everything I wanted to. If not, I'll make another video. I'll see y'all. Appreciate it.